for our fourth Sunday of Advent is love. The light glowing from our Advent wreath is burning brighter. This radiance warms our hearts and fills us with joy.
Adoro Gospel of Matthew. Now there were astrologers from the east that arrived in Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the newborn ruler of the Jews? Where is this king? We observed his star at its rising and have come to pay homage." At this news, Herod, the king, became greatly disturbed, as did all of Jerusalem. Summoning all the chief priests and religious scholars of the people, he asked them where the Messiah, the new king, was to be born. And they said, "Why, in Bethlehem of Judea. This is what the prophet has written." And they quoted the prophet, "You, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the leaders of Judah, since from you will come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." So Herod called the astrologers aside and found out from them the exact time of the star's appearance. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, after having instructed them. He said, "Go and get detailed information about this newborn child, this king, and when you have found him, report back to me, so that I may go and offer homage as well." After their audience with Herod, they set out. The star which they had observed at its rising shone in front of them, and it appeared to be over a place where the child was. So, overjoyed, they came upon the house and found the child with Mary, his mother. And they bowed themselves before the child and paid homage. They opened up their coffers and presented the child with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And then they were warned in a dream not to return to Herod. So they went back to their own country by another route. I thought tonight we would just reflect for a few moments on the wise guys from the East. It never says how many of them there are. Some people say, or traditionally there's supposed to be 3 of them. And if you watch a lot of plays and presentations about the wise men from the East, there's almost always 3 of them. But it doesn't say how many. It does say they're from the East, and it does call them astrologers. So this event was in the stars, so to speak, and these astrologers, skilled in reading the stars, knew exactly what it meant, so they went. And it's interesting. East meets West? Well, maybe. At least East meets Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
There was certainly a cultural kind of exchange there. And their understanding was that this was a king. This was a new king. And these were not Jewish folk. These were people from the East, whatever that means. We don't know exactly. But apparently, they were there, then, to pay homage to this king who would be king not only of the Jews, but of them as well. That's the implication. But clearly, they came to see a king. And it was a child. A ruler who was a child. So, any thoughts, your thoughts on this little passage in this moment of time?
each of them bring a gift individually, or was it like a group gift?
We don't know. It just says they presented
Okay.
gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And yeah, I don't know in answer to your question. It doesn't say.
Reminds me of the three ghosts of Christmas past, but for this one it's the three prophets of the future.
Could be. Could be. But once again, we don't know that there were three of them. We just know there were three gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's assumed that there were three people.
Mm-hmm.
The gifts are interesting. Have you ever heard what the gifts mean?
No.
So, has anyone ever heard what the gifts mean? You have?
I have.
Do you remember?
So the gold represents royalty.
Okay.
The frankincense, I think it represents an offering to God,
Okay.
and then myrrh was used to embalm or to work on the dead.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like in the resurrection account, the women prepared the spices and the herbs.
Mhm.
Myrrh was probably among them. Yeah.
I think that's how it went. Yeah.
Yeah. So even at his birth and his early childhood, there was this foretelling of his death
Mm-hmm.
that was going to be significant.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
And the whole thing's intriguing, as you kind of mentioned, like, there's those guys over east somewhere, and, I mean, how do you know what that light means? Did they have their own prophecy of what it would mean? And it just brings up a lot of fun musing about that, and that they were able to use it to pinpoint his locations. That's pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because sometimes in churches today, there is a fear about astrology and about learning from the stars and so on. But here, right in the Christmas story, astrologers appear,
Yep.
and they're an important part of the story, and they bow before the child Jesus. Their astrology led them to the Christ child,
Mm-hmm.
which is really interesting. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, the most poetic and the most beautiful imagery in that to me was when they arrived. It's the picture I got in my head of Mary with the Christ child, the baby, mother and son, and just locked into that passage that you read. There's like science, these men of science and divine knowledge. There's politics.
Mm-hmm.
There's the family unit and everything else in between. So I mean, there's a lot in that, but yeah, just that image of mother and child.
There's no mention of the father, is there? Which has led some to believe that Joseph, some time had gone by, and it wasn't around the birth, but it was years later,
Mm.
when he was maybe 4 or 5, and Joseph had died.
Mm.
Most traditions say that Joseph had died when Jesus was fairly young,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. So it was just mom and son. But you're right, there's a lot involved in that, including politics and culture, and all kinds of cross understandings of people.
Yeah. And at the heart of it was the mother and God. So yeah.
I've always assumed since the wise men met with Herod, and then later he gets nasty, but he picked up the 2-year window from them.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking, they came a year or 2 after his
Mm.
birth rather than
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
immediate. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. So sometimes when we read passages like this, we actually miss the obvious. And as I read this, the obvious to me is a king is born. Now, kings are not too popular today. Our country was founded on the No Kings movement. And obviously we have a movement current that says no kings. But Jesus is clearly believed to be, and he accepts the designation of king. A different kind of king, but nonetheless a king. He's not a consultant. He's a king. And he gives commands as king. And he is the epitome of good kingship. The ancient Israelite community, they survived, they even flourished without a king for quite a long time in history. But then one day, somebody said, we need a king, like other people have kings, right? We want a king too. And so the prophets warned them. They said, no, you don't. You really don't want a king. And they said, yes, we do. And so the prophets gave in, and Israel got a king. And it turned out disastrously. Okay? There were some good moments, of course, but for the most part, it was a bomb. It was just not good. Because the idea was that in this faith tradition that is Israel and then Christian faith, there's only one king. And it's not you, it's not me, it's not Donald Trump, it's not Joe Biden, it's not King Richard, it's not any king or queen. It's God. And that's how the early Israelites rolled initially, understanding that God was their king. And but these days we don't use the word king, and it's been so poorly applied throughout history that we're reluctant, But Jesus comes into the world. He's not a life coach, as much as I like that. He's a king. There's a difference. And so just something to keep in mind. He's not a helper to get what we want. He's a king. And there's something about a good king, like in Lord of the Rings, when Aragorn, he's reluctant to become king, Aragorn is. Do you remember why? Why does he hesitate to accept the kingship? There's a beautiful scene where they're in the land of the elves, and he comes upon the broken sword. And then Arwen, I think is her name, and he have a conversation. Do you remember that? Am I the only one that has watched that movie? Aragorn is reluctant to become king because his father, or grandfather as it would be, assumed the power of the ring, kingship, and it went bad. And he's afraid, Aragorn is afraid, he says, the same blood flows in me, the same weakness, he says. So if I assume the kingship, I'm going to mess things up just like he did. So I don't want to deal with it. And of course, Arwen tries to convince him that he's not his grandfather, he's himself, and he will face these challenges and overcome them and be a good king. Right? And then of course the famous scene with the last film, Lord of the Rings, where the Lord of the Elves, what's his name again? Come on, help me out here.
The guy from The Matrix.
Yes, exactly, Matrix, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elrond.
Yeah.
Elrond, the Elf King, who was a good king, he shows up when the battle is going poorly and it's just hopeless. And what does he present to Aragon? The sword. The sword of his ancestors, reconstructed. And he says to Aragon, set aside the ranger. That's what he's been doing here. He's doing ranger work, like mercenary work. He said, set aside the ranger and become who you were born to be, the king. And that's why the third one is called Return of the King. Exactly, there it is. And so there is such a thing as a good king or a good queen. It's something we've lost sight of today. And it doesn't help that we have a president today that claims the powers of a king and is destroying things left and right. But there is such a thing as a good king, and Jesus is the epitome of it. Aragon did pretty well. So, yeah.
Thank you, Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll close with a song. And tonight is Sunday, so we'll the wood lights out, candles lit, and pray for peace in this world. peace to all. Grant peace to all on earth. At the close of this day, a prayer for peace. That this child, this Christ child, would bring peace to this earth, and that we would follow in the ways of your peace, Jesus. May it be so.